Anime openings are fire. Just ask any anime fan their favorite, and they'll give you a 10-page essay on why that is. But why is that? It's more complex than me just doing research, so I brought over my good friend Rankz to help me. Go check out his channel, but first, here's my take on everything. As somebody who's been watching anime since I was little, these openings have just been so eye-catching to me ever since. The most iconic one from my childhood is Dragon Soul from Dragon Ball Z Kai. It was full of energy, the lyrics insanely catchy in both English and Japanese, and visually it struck me with intrigue. I was introduced to Dragon Ball by my dad. We watched until the Saiyan arc, but he got bored. Since I was only 6 or 7, I couldn't really watch it without him until we got Sky TV. And I remember watching that first episode on Sky and being so blown away by the visuals. When I used to watch with my dad, he would skip the openings, but this is the first time I really got to see an anime opening. Seeing the visuals change from each arc, from Frieza's transformations to Goku going Super Saiyan to the progression of Cell's perfect form, this shit was so mind-blowing to me. But the scene that stood out to me the most was seeing Gohan aura farming on top of Kami's lookout. This shit was so fucking magical. It's like a mini trailer that fueled my hype. Something I've never felt with Western cartoons. They take a different approach. 30 seconds max, purely instrumental or a childish jingle. Some series like Invincible just use title cards. Now, not to say these are bad or not rememberable. The Simpsons, Gumball and SpongeBob are all iconic, but they don't make me want to bust a move or get hyped for the story. They're just openings in their most basic form. They ain't bad, but they're nowhere near as fun as anime openings. On top of that, Western cartoons don't really have alternating openings. After a few watches, I don't really have a reason to sit there. Whereas with anime, I feel the need to watch every single one, especially when the story changes. Whether the changes are minor or a completely new segment, it brings so much joy being able to point out something new. One of my favorite examples of this is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Whenever something major happens, the opening reflects it. The most notable is in part 3, Stardust Crusaders. After the main antagonist Dio reveals his stand, he actually freezes the opening and walks past Tretaro with a smug ass look, and then he restarts time as they clash. This shit was peak. It had me jumping out my seat. And this is a common trend for the series, from rewinds to time breaks to rambles to Johto freezing time himself against Pucci with a callback to every single protagonist. And as a fan, this feels so rewarding. It makes me want to go out my way to watch every single opening just to see minor small details that might have got missed if I skipped. But in fact, the thing that truly brings me back is the music. And to talk about that, I gotta hand the mic to Rankz.
Damn, this Remy video is really kind of good. Oh, you talking to me? Oh shit. Sorry, what was the question again? Oh, what makes an anime opening good? The music. Yep, that's it. You could merge 7 Deadly Sins animation with One Punch Man pacing, turn it down to 360p resolution, spoil my favorite character's death right in the visuals. I would deadass not care, as long as the music slaps. I actually watched an entire anime where goblins run riot and do unspeakable things to people simply because the OP was a banger. When I say run riot, I'm putting that in the most PG way possible so Remy doesn't get the video nuked. So you're welcome. If you know, you know. But it's not always just about a solo artist. Take the consensual quintuplets openings, the VAs for all 5 sisters. Actually sing the songs. Hearing them in character helps you understand them more. But I'll be real, without subtitles, yeah, I kind of have no idea what they're saying. And as much as I love the music, I can't be caught listening to this in public. If the anime playlist is on, it's a straight skip. Can't let the huzz know I fuck with peak. Now, if I had to pick an opening that wins on more than just the track, it's Demon Slayer opening 3. And I can already hear you guys saying, Rankz, that's such a basic choice. Be more rich, as Mike Tomlin once said. We do not care. You can buy my favorite character Tengen with the GOAT Japanese singer Aimer. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Oh yeah, we're cooking. The visuals show off the entertainment district perfectly in just 90 seconds. And we even get a glimpse of the backstory. I get goosebumps when that beat drops and they're just sprinting towards the demon. Aimer is just carrying, honestly. Also, why is Tengen so fast? Man's moving like Usain Bolt. At the end of the day, an opening isn't technically essential. You can always just hit skip, but for the serious arcs, I think they're pretty vital for hooking the audience. Wow, an opening plays at the start of the episode to get you interested. Who would have thought? Alright, I was serious for about 10 seconds, which is the most Remy is getting out of me. In my humble opinion, openings are just cool. They hype me up, give me great gym music, and add interest to a show you might have ignored otherwise. Just don't listen to Domestic Girlfriend opening. You'll hear the greatest song ever made, watch the anime, and you'll realise it's 12 episodes of incest bullshit. You have been warned.
Okay, wait a minute, sure, Domestic Girlfriend's anime is hot ass, but the manga is some high quality slop. Shout out to my girl Ruby Tachibana, she did not deserve to have that ending end like that. But anyways, like Rankz said, these openings are technically skippable, but they're a vital hook to keep the audience engaged. I think one of the biggest factors isn't just the music itself, but it's who sings it. Having a world-renowned artist like Amiya or Yosobi behind the mic makes a massive difference. When you have a professional powerhouse rather than a jingle from a studio or a VA, it makes these openings feel so much more recognizable and replayable. I mean, look at Idol by Yosobi for Oshinoko. That song was was literally beating out Drake and Taylor Swift on the global charts. It became insane promotion for both the series and the artist. But while global charts prove these songs are objectively massive, it's the personal connection that keeps us replaying. And for me, there's two openings that I enjoy so much that I want to talk about. The first one being Analyse from Hajime no Ippo. This opening is pure nostalgia to me. Even though I watched this series over 10 years ago with my dad, the song still has my head bumping with its high-octane lyrics and its instrumentals. That paired with Ippo being constantly knocked down over and over and over again by people like Vork, Sendo, Adate, it does exactly what an opening should. It gets you hyped, it shows you the story, and the music is so good that you won't forget it. And for the second one, well, before anyone calls me a fraud, I have a confession. I actually haven't finished Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood yet, but despite that, opening 5 Rain by Sid is pure heat. It draws so much emotion out of me without even knowing the full context of the arc. The vocals perfectly complement the visuals, giving this sense of sadness and despair and a worry for the characters. It encapsulates everything that you want from the opening. The song stays with you way after it ends. At the end of the day, that's the magic of it, whether it's a global chart topper or a nostalgic rock song from a decade ago. Those 90 seconds are the heartbeat of the show. But what about you? What makes anime openings peak to you? What keeps you coming back? Is it one specific track? Is it the visuals, music, artists, or even the pure nostalgia you get? Let both me and Rankz know in the comment section down below. And also don't forget to support my boy Rankz. And also consider subscribing. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by June, so if you want to make that goal come true, go ahead and subscribe. But until next time, I'll see you guys later.